Hey, hey, hey. What's cracking, fam? What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Hey, hey, hey. What's up? Happy Friday. Around my overlay. Lock that. Okay. Hey. It's cracking, obs. Can you guys hear it echo at all? I don't have my headphones on, so yell at me if I need to put my headphones on. Hi, Paul. Long time no speak, Paul. I was looking at my hair. Angie is running late. That is all we're going to say. What is going on? K-Walk, how are you feeling? How are you doing today, my good friend? I was saying that I was checking my hair out. My hair... I used some leave-in conditioner today. I'm still trying to find out. Look who is here!
Ho, ho, ho!
Hi! Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, gosh. There you go. Wait, hold on. What's happening? Let me get my life together. Hold on.
Ho, ho, ho!
There you are. Hi, Todd. We all live for that. So much, Todd.
Ho, ho, ho!
Just want you to know. I know, Paul. We rarely talk. What are we going to do? We got to do something about that. How was the retreat, my good friend? I'm glad you had a good time. I'm so glad. Another x-ray, more meds, getting there one day at a time. Good. I'm glad to hear that you are at least recovering, even if it's slow. Right? We look forward to that. K-Walk, me and you. I'm both like, I want to press this.
Ho, ho, ho!
I have to press it just for Todd. So we're going to do some Apple Notes things today. I'm going to ask you guys, how many times a week, a day, how often are you guys, a month maybe, switching out your cameras and layouts and angles of things? Are you guys doing that a lot, or is it just me? Let's be real. What is crackin', fam? How are you guys doing? Today we are here with day 40. Day 40. I absolutely cannot believe that we are 40 days into this 100 days challenge and we have 60 days to go. I'm extremely excited for the progress because in just 10 days, I'm gonna try to sound like one of those car commercial salespeople. In just 10 days, in as little as 10 days, that's better. In as little as 10 days, we will be at the 50% mark, halfway there. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be 50% down, and you don't want to miss the second half of this 100 days of live streaming channel in just 10 days. Did I do a good commercial, one of those? You guys know. I know you know the types of commercial I'm talking about. Was that a good impersonation? I was trying to think of more things to say on the fly. I don't know if I did well, but you know they be doing things like that. Just 10 days, ladies and gentlemen. We are halfway there, and they like point their fingers. Like, where did that? I don't know where that came from, but there was something in me that I needed to do that salesperson kind of things. That was kind of funny. Anyway, silliness ensues the way we like to do here. You got to do that walking around. You know what, Richard? Like, we are so here because I thought about it, but I don't like. So let me. Oh wait, hold on. Let me move this up. I did think about getting up and doing it. Did you hear? We're just 10 days away, folks. You see the way I popped in? 10 days. Did you hear? We're just 10 days away. That's right, 50%, and you don't want to miss it. Let me see, because my teleprompter is really low. I got to do this bend over thing. See, what do you guys look at? You guys got me walking around doing this whole. Do you see me? 10 days. 50%. You don't want to miss it, because I have a special deal for you on the second half of this 100 days of live streaming. Let me sit my ass down. You guys got me out here in these streets looking all crazy, right? It's about that pop. It's the pop in. I actually do that. I used to do that when I would talk to Doc and Diana. I have this thing that I'd be like this. Hold on. I'd be like this. Oh, hey, guys. I would like randomly come out of nowhere. Or I'd be like this. Oh, hi, y'all. Just pop out. And they absolutely would die laughing, because whatever it was, because I'll just leave my phone like on FaceTime propped up or my laptop propped up, and I'd just be like, oh, hey, and just literally pop out of nowhere. Anyway, that got me out of breath. That means I'm out of shape. I'm glad that you guys are finding that funny. Listen, I live for moments to make you guys laugh, because I laugh just as much as you guys. Oh my goodness. I really have no idea where that came from, honestly, but anyway, let me come back to the comments and check in on you guys. Feeling like I gotta step up. Listen, Obs, your studio is super dope. You better get out of here. What is cracking, Rich? How are you doing today? How is it going? Good. Let me see. You got the energy on point, right? That energy. They be like, just 10 days, ladies and gentlemen. Don't encourage me. I'm going through these comments. I'm glad that you guys are like laughing, right? And then Paul, you get a car and you get a car. And that's right. You all the way in the back. You plant. I don't even know what kind of fake plant that is. I was going to say pineapple plant, but that is not you right there. That's right. You with the blue light, you get a car too. Just stick around for the second half. Okay, I'm done. I didn't have soda today, I promise. K-Walk says crazy India. You know it. You know it. If we don't have fun, you'll have fun somewhere else, I'm sure. But, it's better to have fun with us and the crew. So I was trying to figure out WebM files with Paul today. And I kept texting him and driving him crazy. And I figured out, so let me do a disclaimer. I figured out how to do the WebMs, so it's not that I don't know how to do the WebM files. But for my purpose of, I'm trying to bring this over a little bit. There you go. For my purpose, for what, right, Paul, come on. Gosh, you should have warned me. We should have done it after the stream. Paul, what's wrong with you? You know what it is? My endorphins are going because I went out on a bike ride today. Right? Did you switch to QVC? Was that good, Gretchen? Did you like that? Like I said, I don't know where that came from. I have no idea where this crazy salesperson. Apparently I can, if I needed a gig on QVC, or if I wanted to be like a car sales commercial person, they can, listen, raise my hand, give me some extra bucks. I don't mind being on camera. I digress. So probably the endorphins are coming from, I am back on the bike, and look, you guys are encouraging me. I'm just looking at your comments. And yes, it probably most likely is that I'm very excited because Angie is almost here. And the dogs are here, and I'm very, very excited for that. That's an old New York City callback, right? Exactly. But I am back to cycling because the weather, we are officially in spring out here on the East Coast, or at least on the Northeast Coast. So the weather has been great. I met with 3 of my Queen cycling friends from Queens Ride Together, Rule Together. And I did 10 miles today. I did 10 miles today. I did 10 miles yesterday. So I am back at it. Because remember, I have the 5-borough bike tour on May 1st, Sunday, May 1st. And I got to do 40 miles in New York. very excited to do my 40 miles in New York because you guys know that is my hometown, New York City, all day, every day. We rep in Brooklyn. I can't wait to ride over the Brooklyn Bridge. You know what I'm saying? Some Junior's cheesecake. You know what I'm saying? Get some New York City coffee. Forget about it. Very excited for that, but I have to start training. And so 10 miles a day is really not enough, but I'll get there. Poquito por poquito. So, thank you. Thank you, Todd.
Ho, ho, ho.
It is. It is. So I was trying to figure out some WebM files. It was not working, but you know what that means in India land. When I can't get it to work, it's not that I can't get it to work. It's just that I haven't figured it out yet. And I become very determined because then that means I have a whole community that I need to share it with. So you guys will reap the benefits of once I figure that out. But what I was trying to do was, I was trying to bring in an animated overlay with sound, key it out, going through the steps. I was doing a whole bunch of things and I still haven't figured it out. But once I figured out, we are going to have a good time. So we are going to look over Apple Notes. We did talk about that. We're going to figure out the differences with Apple Notes and look at the features and benefits with that. Rich says, got that awful white stuff today, still but cold. Oh no, where are you at, Richard? No, today it was like 75. I was so happy to be out on the roads. 21 degrees fat. Where are you? I need to know. Yeah, I know how to key it out. Got that down, know how to key it out because I use the same files in both Final Cut Pro and LumaFusion, and getting them that way. I didn't do Final Cut. I was trying to figure it out in LumaFusion, and it turns out when I stopped texting you, Paul, LumaFusion also was not working. And I was trying to simplify, right? Remember, that's what I do. I try to simplify and get it as direct as possible to you guys without going through that. So I'm trying to do it in as little steps and as quick steps, because the problem is that whether you go into, I was trying to avoid both LumaFusion and Final Cut, because then you have to get your video file. You have to import it in there. You got to double click on the file. You got to go to the keying option. You got to key it out. Then you got to go to export, and then you got to choose the export settings. And then, right, like, did you notice all of those steps? I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. I'm not winning the battle at the moment, but the battle has just begun. So that is what I'm working on, and I am very determined. So we're going to leave it at that. Don't rock the boat anymore on that. Let's just leave that alone, because I was really ready to just Incredible Hulk. We're not going to do that. K-Walk says, I've done that twice, back in 2001, returned to 20. Have you? Did enjoy the second time around too, crowded. Didn't enjoy it. I've heard that, and I am a little, so I'm worried and not excited. Not worried that it's 40 miles, because I've heard that it can be thousands of riders. And then at that point, when it's thousands of riders, like, how fast are you really going? How crowded really is it? So it's like, don't worry, because I know I can do 30 miles easy, especially if we're going at a slow pace, but I'm trying to be at a decent pace. On average, I can push 20 miles an hour pace for a good amount of minutes. And if we're going 10 miles an hour for consistently, that might be kind of frustrating. But we'll see. You know who did sign up? RK3 signed up, Robert Kennedy III. So hopefully they put us in similar waves, or we can link up. We got to figure that out. I'm waiting for him. So RK3 and his brother signed up. I got to follow up with Keith, because Keith said that as long as his schedule was okay, he was going to try to sign up. So that would be really cool to get us all together and cycle. But definitely it's going to be me and RK3. So I am excited for that. We're going to do some live streams and take a bunch of pictures. So we're going to get some Ecamm fam on the 5-borough bike tour. So that is exciting. Let's see. Manning a radar station, Alberta, Canada. Oh, yeah, no, Canada, see. Anyway, pumped to hear you talk about Apple Notes. Exported all my notes from Evernote, so didn't have keep paying 10 years. Yeah. Think you have biased me, even though I'm playing with both. I'm leaning to notability. I said it. I said it. That's what happens. What's Saeed? What's cracking? How you doing? Playing with VN Editor seems pretty basic for using my iPhone and iPad files. We are definitely going to get into LumaFusion soon, K-Walk. We are definitely, because I still have the screen recording of the video that I did for the Stream Deck icons. I did that video on LumaFusion, and I'm going to make the screen recording with a voiceover of how I edited it, if that makes sense. So we're going to do that live with LumaFusion because it is great. Yeah, I'll write at my own pace. I know. I'm excited. I'm excited, really. I just want to get over the part where I can ride over the Brooklyn Bridge and take pictures and be like, I finally did it. Because that has been a lifelong dream from when I was a little mini Puerto Rican India. So I'm very excited. I actually have pictures on one of my birthdays that my dad made us walk over the Brooklyn Bridge into the village. And I have pictures. My dad took it, so I don't have pictures with my dad. But my dad took me, my mom, and my siblings on the Brooklyn Bridge. So I think that might have been one of the last times I was on there. Anyway, what's cracking, big brother? How you doing? Thank you. Happy Easter to you, Eric. How's it going? Environmental Coffee House, what's poppin'? How are you doing? Thank you for coming through. I had a bit of an injury when I was clipped in and got jammed up. No, see, don't be telling me that. I fell today. I tipped right on over. I was clipped in. We had come to the end of our trail. We were doing the last mile. We stopped to take some pictures, and it was literally at the end of the trail. We had to stop and turn around. And so we were stopped and turned around, and I was half clipped in, half clipped out. There were non-cyclist people. There were people on cruiser bikes. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but the problem is that they don't understand like the rules, right? They don't understand, like, hey, be courteous. There's a word for that. The word escapes me now. But they didn't understand being courteous. And they were taking up the entire lane. And I was going slow enough. And I'm fine with going slow. But then at some point, my brain stopped. And of course, the side that I was still clipped in. So my left side was unclipped. My right side was clipped in. And I just slowly toppled over. You know what was even worse? What was even worse from those riders is that they didn't even ask me if I was okay. They saw me. I was with my friend and she made sure I was okay. She picked up my bike while I got up and stuff. However, there were 3 of them. They just kept right. You know what? See, we're going to just move on from that topic. Anyway. Callie, what's cracking? How are you? Or is Callie somewhere? Is that Callie saying hi? Or is that someone saying hi to Callie? Either way, Callie's here. Hey girl, what's cracking? How are you? Paul is reminding you guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate you. We yell on your left when we come up. So listen, all the time I was doing it. On your left, biker up, biker behind. We were doing all of that. That'll be a conversation for a whole nother day. Cause I'm okay. My ego, I can fall. You guys have heard my stories throughout the last year. I fall, no problem. I was a little upset that they were taking up the lane and then they didn't even, oh, you okay? They got on their bikes, on their cruisers and just kept going. I was like, yeah. K-Walk asks, any plans for a stream during the 100 days on file organization for video editing? I mean, no. So the direct answer is no. However, I can do that. So you know what that means. When I look over that way, you guys should already know. And you should know this sound. And you should know the pen that I'm going to bring. Speaking of which, I now have to buy more. So this is the fine tip Sharpie. I've used it so much that my fine tip is no longer a fine tip. So we can absolutely, because we have another 50 days, 10 more days, and then we're going to be 50% down. 50 days to go. So that's a lot more videos that I need to do. So yes, we will do a video on File, I'm just writing it down. File, organization, file organization for video editing. We could talk about that. I think that there are people use different methods, so I'd be interested in hearing everyone's different methods and their feedback and how they use it. I know that I can do with some. So right now, my method of organizing, you ready for this, is nothing. I have all of my files. So I have a 5 terabyte hard drive connected to my Element Hub. I direct the Ecamm recordings to go there. I also edit off of the 5 terabyte hard drive, my other hard drive. I have a 2 terabyte Samsung drive. And so what I do is I have the T5. So if I want to edit from the MacBook Pro or my iPad, I will plug in the T5, transfer whatever files need to be transferred over, and then take that upstairs. And that is the extent of my organization. And I've been thinking about it, especially my Ecamm, and imagine now, right, with all of the live streams I've been doing, my Ecamm recordings folder is a bit of a hot mess. So thank you, K-Walk, for giving me a project. I appreciate you. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so that was Paul saying hi to Callie. All right, no problem. I knew it was one of the two. I read the statement. I was like, all right. Well, we'll be prepared. There will be a lot of non-bikers on the... Listen, I already paid the $135, so I can't go back. Another post-it note that doesn't... Paul, how dare you? I will have you know, Paul, that last week... Do you notice something different with that overlay, Paul? Do you notice something different with that overlay, Paul? And this is an inside thing, so Paul will have to explain himself. I'm not going to say anything, but I know that he noticed, and he's trying to read me and tell me that I don't read my notes. That's what I got to say to you, Paul. All right, writer etiquette. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, K-Walk. The etiquette. Oh, my God. Right, exactly. Sticky note time. You know exactly. You knew it was coming. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, my million sticky notes. Listen, takes me a little bit, but 2 terabyte hard drives. One I need to repair. 5 terabytes. So I got a 5, and it's not an SSD as a regular hard drive, but I got it on sale. And it does what it's supposed to do because it sits under the desk. It permanently stays connected, and it just is my hard drive for the local recordings. If Doc is still here, he's going to yell at me because I need to get a better backup plan in place. So that should probably be another video. So let me go back. And on the second half, on my Post-its, we're going to talk about backup options. Back. We're going to talk about backup options for backing up your files. And not just cloud storage, but hard drive storage, like Time Machine and other options. And, if you listen to Doc, which is something I've actually been wanting to do, so I'm not even going to knock him for it, is I want to get a NAS storage, so a network storage to just have it like on the cloud and just do all those things where they're actual hard drives. It's an investment, but there's definitely, I see the value in that investment with the amount of things that we do with videos and live streaming and things like that. You should at least have it or consider adding it to your array of equipment. Thank you. I'm glad that you're proud of me. See, I knew you would be proud. Exactly. It just takes me a while, but I do get to it. I got to prioritize. When with the I Delgado Productions writing. Did you see that? Where'd you see that, Paul? That's somewhere there. I'm not Paul, Todd. Yes. Paul is just sharing his truth. You know what, Carlos? Hi, Carlos. Don't be coming for me neither. I see you guys. Oh, when is the I Delgado's posted? Ooh, I like that. There you go. Todd, I was having a little bit of struggle, so I'm glad you figured that out. That would actually be a pretty good. Let's see. I like that. Let me just put that there. I like that. Thanks for the idea. So I'm just going to catch up to you guys in the comments. And then, yeah, he's in the closet today. You see this? You see this? Hot mess hard drive seems to be my life. Oh, so this might be a much needed live stream. The machine is screwed up one of my 5 terabyte hard drives, so I have to fix it. Ah, yes, yes. Doc did 2 great videos about storage NAS. See, because Doc is, so what I will do is I will go be a cheater and learn everything I need to learn and watch those videos in and out and then just transpose it into one of my live streams. Sammy, superstar, what is cracking? Why? What did you mean? Did you see me age a couple of hours ago? What are you talking about? How did I age? Don't tell me that. Sammy, what do you mean? Your next video should be about ways not to get Doc mad. That, I don't know, because Doc says that I'm like his little sister, and that's just what we do. So I don't know if I can ever do that. It could be ways to get Doc mad. That'll probably be a better one, because I do know a lot of Doc's pet peeves, because we share very similar pet peeves. And then I can do the impersonation. Hey, gang, hey. I don't understand. I gotta watch some more of his Ecamm videos and his Let's Get Live videos, and then I can do more of a Doc Rock impersonations. Let's see. Thank you. Listen, so I was in, and for those of you guys that don't know, I have a BMW, and the M, I don't have a BMW M. I'm not there yet. That is my dream car. I've always wanted, I'm torn between an M series, either the X, the SUV, or an M3 or an M5. Big assortment. I just love any M car. They're very expensive. So I will work with my BMW X1, my little baby. But I got these on sale. They're the Puma. The Puma collab with BMW. I got them from Snipes. They're like $15. I got a blue one. No, a black, an orange, and a gray one. She wouldn't let me out to go to the bathroom today. I would not. You see? And is that why you're acting up? Ways to get Doc mad. That right? Wouldn't it? It would get views. We might have to do that. I know we would enjoy it. All the ways, because I can listen. I can just go back to his live streams. I can go back into Ecamm. I can go back into the chats that I'm in with him and just randomly pick stuff out and just like then do a Doc impersonation of all of those things. That would be kind of funny. All right. So I have caught up with the comments. Like I said, one more time, we are on day 40, 60 days to go, 60 days to go. And in just 10 days, ladies and gentlemen, in just 10 days, we will be at the 50% mark. And we will be halfway down, and you don't want to miss the second half of this challenge. So make sure you stick around and you come back. But stick with us every single day, because at the end of this, we are going to have some prizes. I was trying to add some more commercially things. I ran out of things to say about that. But Doc he's definitely lurking, and he's going to get me. So, between him and Diana, they just get me, and Lemuel, they just get me in different ways. So I just have to live with it and just, that's it. I know, 40 days, right? Like, it has been crazy amazing. Hey, girl, hey. They were asking for you earlier because they wanted to know, where were you? I said that you were running late. And that's all I said. So okay. So what I did, I asked initially during the countdown, how many times a day, a week, a month, or longer are you changing your setups? Whether it's the camera placement, whether it's microphone placement, whether it's monitor placement. Is that something that you guys do? I find myself doing it quite often. And you know what has been most recently the bane of my existence, and I have spoken about it quite a few times on this 100 Days of Live Streaming Challenge. It's this gosh forsaken multi-mount, the Elgato multi-mount. I really need to, at this point, I need to start recording. Every time I touch it, I need to use this camera over here. And I need to, over here, and just put the angle. You can actually see it. And just record from that camera there. Just turn it a little bit this way so that it can see what I'm doing. And then turn it into like a time lapse. Because I changed it yet again today. And I was like, oh my God. And it was literally last minute. However, the reason why I changed it was because I was trying to get the iPhone in place so that you'll see next as we go into it. I was trying to get the iPhone in a place where I'm looking more direct on, kind of how I'm looking at you guys now, instead of you guys seeing just my side profile. So I had to move the whole arm around. And I have two arms, so I had to move the whole desk mount back. And there's two mounts on the desk mount. So because I moved the whole desk arm back, I had to move the two arms. And it's just been driving me crazy. What else have I moved? I moved around my Rodecaster Pro. Thank God my teleprompter stays as is. My monitor has been staying as is. I have messed around with the placement of my microphone. The mic used to be on this side over here on this angle. And now the mic is on this side. And then at one point I had it right over here, the stand. And now the mic arm is closer to over here. So I have, it's a constant changing thing for me. And it's kind of, like, it drives me crazy, but then it's like I find a new angle or I find a new placement and I'm like, oh, I'm temporarily satisfied. And I'm like, oh, this is so much better. So for instance, with how I've moved my microphone arm now, when I'm looking at you guys and when I'm doing the live streams kind of head on like this, there's no arm that's right here. So I have open space for my Stream Deck, my Loop Deck, and my Rodecaster Pro. So there's nothing in the way because I have the arm at an angle, kind of like, let me see, how can I show you guys? From right here. Where when I had it over here, the arm was literally in front of me. And although it's low profile, it was blocking. That has been, if you look at the reviews and I guess some of the cons of the low profile mount, is that it can get in the way of your keyboard. So I've been satisfied with where I have it now because I can still tuck it under the desk. I can bring it and maneuver it around. So when I move my camera angles, kind of like I'm going to do right now, I can still have it out of the way a little bit. Let's just switch the scenes. Did that work? It did work. Let me bring this over here. And so now you see So now you see I can look more at you head on. A little bit better. So before you were seeing this profile because the mount was over here. And let me turn on my NDI. So we're going to start doing that. You can see I did something different. Let's get that done. Let me bring in the comments over here so I can see you guys. Right, so then it's easier. I can move this kind of down just a little bit. See, but that's what happens. I'm always like finicking. Bring this light up. See, but now I can read and I can look at the lens and read and look at the lens. And I feel like this is much better. And even if I'm looking down at my iPad, I can go like this and have a conversation with you. I have my comments here. So for better angle placement, I'm temporarily happy. Let's see how long that lasts before I move the multi-mount all over again. So Environmental Coffee House says, my studio is too small. I can't change anything around. However, I'm hoping this summer to be able to get rid of some of not needed crap in there and be able to make the studio more functional. Ooh, you should document that. Once you start getting rid of some of the stuff, you should blog it. Vlog with a V, not blog with a B. You should vlog that stuff and do like, I'm all for like time lapse stuff where you just record it and then speed it up, or just record it in time lapse mode. That'll be pretty cool. And then as you move your stuff around. All right. Carlos, why? Why you starting some stuff? Don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff, Carlos. You know that. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so let's close out. Let me move my loop deck and my stream deck a little bit closer. Let us hide this overlay. And today we are going to get into, is this bright? All right, I think that's a little bit too bright. So today we're going to get into the comparison of Apple Notes and going over some of the pros and cons there. You can see the way I've been doing it the last couple of days is that we have our iPad, actual iPad overlay on the left, the camera. So as I start to show with the Apple Pencil, go back, start to show with the Apple Pencil, you can kind of see on screen the methodology. And then just to give a clearer picture, we have the actual camera overlay right over here, right there. And you can see I went into Canva and I got a cool funky iPad overlay and I put the camera overlay over it to make it look like a real iPad because I'm dorky like that. So Apple Notes, you guys know what it looks like. All right. Thank you, my good sir. Thank you for your support. We appreciate you. So some new things. I don't know how new they are, but they are definitely new to me. You can do folders. I know that that's not extremely new, but I think one of the things that they added was you can see here. So I have all my notes are in, for the most part, iCloud. Then you have your notes in total. So I did an eCam folder because we're going to work out of the eCam folder today. And then right under it, you have this little gear icon, and that's content creation. And so if we click on the new folder on the very bottom, you can see you have a smart folder and then you have a new folder. So the way Apple decided to differentiate the difference between a smart folder and a new folder is by using the gear and a regular folder. I think they could have thought that out a little bit better, because when you think of the gear icon, that's usually settings. But, you know, I'm not an Apple engineer. I don't know nothing about nothing. So when we go back to the folders that I've created up on top, this content creation folder, you see it has a gear. So that's a smart folder. If we go ahead and we click on that, this is just saying, if we look at the instructions or the description, is that select tags for this smart folder. Only notes that include all selected tags will appear. So basically, if I create a new, and I have a lot of tags here. So basically, if I create, and we're going to test this out. I haven't tested this, but by looking at this description, it seems that if the tags have all of these, if the note has all of these tags associated with it, then it's going to put it there. And I didn't want that. Oh, so these are tags. And so this are regla, that was an autocorrect. That was supposed to be RLGL. And iPad did its thing. So I'm going to discard changes. I don't want that. If I click on the settings here, edit smart folder, you can see that I have 5 smart tags selected, or 5 tags selected: blog, eCam, podcast, RLGL, and website. So let's go back. And I just want to go back to the main folder option. Very bare bones in terms of settings and options. There's nothing like, I'm used to getting a whole little gear icon and going like into custom templates and things like that. But we have our basics. So if we click on the edit on the top, within the edit, you have your handles. You can, rearrange the order. So what I noticed was Apple sets the default hierarchy for your iCloud folder and your notes folder. So that will always be on the top. You can't force a folder that you create to be on the top. I kind of don't like that. Because if I want this eCam folder to show up on the top, I don't want it to be third in line. But Apple, that's one of the things that, as great as Apple is, a lot of their stuff is locked down to the way that they want it. You can see within the folders that you create, you have this, that's their settings, this little 3 dots. So if we click on the little 3 dots by the eCam, we have some options. So I can share a particular folder, you can add a folder, you can move it around, rename, delete, or you can convert it to a smart folder. All right. And there's another description. Use smart folders to automatically organize notes by tags. So if, let's say, I don't want, because I already have one smart folder, I want to be able to show the difference. So we're going to leave that, and that's it for your settings. So we're going to go into the eCam folder, and then from within the eCam folder, you can see I don't really have anything. It's a complete blank slate. So what we can do, some options, we can just get straight into writing a note up here. But let's look at these menu options down here. And so the menu options for this eCam folder is your view options. So if we look at yesterday with Good Notes, that view option of whether you can view it in a gallery view or view it as a list view, that was kind of available to you right there, front and center. Where here, you have to click on your settings to be able to see that option. Again, you can, from this particular menu, you can choose to share it with someone. This, when you are doing your sharing folders, I do like that. It's similar to Good Notes, where if you share a folder with someone or you share a note from someone, they're going to also be editors, viewers, right? So it's going to be a live working document where, like I've stated before, the sharing functionality and notability, you're just sharing a note, they can see it, but there's not an editing ability within Notability. So you can't kind of go have a live working document, which if you're working in teams or you're working with a partner, that can be cumbersome. So here's a perfect example. I'm actually going to back out one, and I'm going to go to my iCloud folder. And then I have this folder, this file called India Delgado Links. So you can see here on the screen, I don't need to move my iPad because you have the overlay. You can see here on the screen, there's tons of information, and these are all my rebranded links that I used with my domain that I purchased. Then I went to Rebrandly, and this is some of the work that I've done. I have to thank Paul for giving me the boot. I was going to say something not PG friendly. Giving me the boot and for really motivating me to get this. Paul says, I've seen that note before. I was just giving you credit. Exactly. To really organizing myself. This is especially helpful when you have moderators like Paul. So Paul is really, I have other moderators, but Paul has really put himself out there to help out some of the content creators, and to really be that guy. That's why he's Mr. Moderator. So I was not being a good netizen for him and a good partner for him because I hadn't given him any of these things while we were doing this. This recently just came to fruition about a week and a half ago, and we're 40 days in. So shame on me. But I put this together, and this basically is a note that I shared with Paul. So you can see if we're looking at the top towards the right of the page, you got some icons, and then there is a picture, a little circle with a person and a check. That means that this is a shared note. If we click on that, it does say in my name, and then it tells you that it's shared with 2 people. Excuse me. It has their information there. So I shared it with Paul, and I have it shared with Angie. Then if people make changes, so we go in, we can do show all activity, and you can see that Paul made some edits to the notes, and then I've been making edits. So as I've gone in and I've added new affiliate links, or I've added new discount codes or anything like that, that's me making the edits. And then just yesterday at 6:55, there was something that Paul went in and he edited. And so that shows me that he adjusted the document as well. So I love that Apple gives that to us natively. Hey girl, hey, how you doing? It's cracking. So pretty cut and dry with sharing of a note, right? And so if we look, you can see that this is pretty detailed. So I took advantage. So we'll go over some of the stuff here since this is a really good note. You can see that I have some options bolded. So I broke down my note with my links where I have my contact info. I have a dedicated Calendly link for my interviews for ladies' night, my email addresses, and then I broke it down in groups. So the first group are my website links. So there's the website, the bio, and then my store, so on and so forth. Then I broke it down with the next group are my affiliate links. So these are all of the affiliate links that I have so far. And it's pretty simple. So on the very top, because this was one of the very first lessons that we went over when we started doing this, is the importance of having your own domain so that you can link that domain to Rebrandly. And then everything is going to be your slug, right? The second half. So now you can see under the title, the very first line under the title is my main domain is indiad.live. Because then at that point, Paul can kind of figure out if, once he sees and he's understood how my brain works, if he knows I have an affiliate link and he knows that my domain is indiad.live, and I tell him, Paul, I have an affiliate link for Restream. I just added that yesterday, but I wouldn't have needed to add that link with now he knows that my thought process is it's always going to be indiad.live, and I just use the name of that company when it comes to an affiliate link. So indiad.live/eCam is my eCam affiliate link, /TubeBuddy is my TubeBuddy affiliate link, right? So trying to be very consistent, that's important for you as the content creator for your branding and marketing. And Paul has said that this has been a big help. So thank you, Paul. Sorry, I didn't do it sooner. So let's keep going. So I broke it down in groups when I was working this out. So if we click on this here, right, I'm going to double click, drag my pencil, and now you see you have some options, right? So you have your cut, copy, paste, bold. If we go into, I want you to take a look at the keyboard itself. Within the keyboard itself, you have this A, big A, lowercase a, capital A. You click on that. That's where I took advantage of really trying to organize this a little bit better. So you see you have your title, your heading, your subheading, body, so on and so forth. So for all of the groupings, I used my heading feature. So I did like that option of really organizing within the heading. If I wanted to go, and did I do it for, I think I did it. So you can see here, if we take a look at the affiliate links in general, then under affiliate links, I have my fantastical group, right? So what I did was, if we click on that, I'm going to click on the A again. So now you can see I have my heading, but then I have my subheading, because the way Fantastical works as an affiliate link is that they give you, as you can see here, they have one for military discounts, regular sign up, 40% discount, premium trial. They have like student discount. So, and it's all different affiliate links for each of those. And so I created a separate group just for that. And to make it stand out, I used then the heading, subheading. So you have your bold, italicize, underline, and then your bullets, right? You can, so that's all I did here. We'll look in another note because you can see on the keyboard, you also have where you can bring in charts and graphs. So we'll look at that as well. But since we're on this note, I also want to look at, so if you're looking where my pencil is, right next to where it shows if this is shared or not, this should mean, right? So what I just did was where the cursor was, down by where it says Fantastical Group, that right there will give you the option to quickly make that note into like a checklist, not a bulleted, but a checklist style. So if we take a look by Fantastical, you see that that's highlighted. I'm going to click on that little button there. And now you can see that it gave the option for the circle, kind of like a checklist. So I do like the ease of that. If you want to bring in, so it's so funny. For me as a loan officer, when I'm working with my clients, and let's say they have a pay stub or they have a document that they need to send to me right away, that it's in their hands. It's a tangible document. It's not something that they have a soft copy of. 9 times out of 10, right? The clients, an individual everybody has iPhones. So I tell them if they need to send me this tangible document, I direct them to go into the notes and I tell them, listen, go create a note from the default note app. You're going to see that there's a camera there. Once you click on the camera, it gives you the option to scan documents, take a picture of it. Once you take a picture of that, that's going to put it into a PDF format and you can share it with me directly, either by texting me from your cell phone or you can email me that PDF. That has been a lifesaver for me in the bank business with getting pay stubs, with getting quick, like first time home buyer, like grant paperwork stuff, things that they've had to physically sign off on. I know that Gigi can relate. There's in our world, when it comes to like legal documents, there are things that have to be hard copy. They have to be like a contract will never just be an e-signed contract. It has to be a physical hard copy. Now they do wet signs, but there are things that they have that it won't be an electronic copy. I still need those documents. If it's a copy of a check or something like that, we have to put that in their accounts, right? So I direct them here to scan the documents, and Apple does a great job of really putting that into a nice PDF format where it also comes over that I can read every aspect. It's very legible. So I use the Notes app a lot for my customer because that is a default app that every single person has. If they have on their iPhone, it's free and it works extremely well. So you can see that it has some OCR, your text recognition. So if you have something that you wanted to scan the text, it'll do that for you. Obviously, you can take a picture and insert it directly there. Or if you have a picture from within your photo library, you can also bring that in. So that's your camera option. Then you have the pencil option. So then what that does is just pretty much that I can take this Apple Pencil and I can write my notes. Hold on, let me go in. And it was in eraser mode. So you can see down on the lower left-hand corner, there's the eraser. If I click on that, now I have some options. So you have your pen, or that's the first one I think is the pencil, your highlighter. The third one I believe is the pen, your eraser, and I don't know what that is, a ruler, and you can choose, right, your colors and stuff. So now if I wanted to have a handwritten note and tell Paul, why? What's happening here? Hey, okay. So I just learned something. So because the top half of this notes, they were typed up, I cannot write handwritten notes on the top half, but then on the bottom half, and you can see kind of on the screen down here, you can see there's a little bit of a line. If you look over where I'm pointing my Apple Pencil to, there's this tab and a very faint line. That's basically telling me that anything below that line, I can go in and write notes. So if I leave that there, Paul is going to get an edit and he's going to see that I left him a little love note there. We're going to click on the menu options directly next to the pencil. And then there we have some sharing and some information for that note itself. So again, if we wanted to scan, it's going to open up the camera and you can scan a document directly from there. If I wanted to pin this note, you can pin it. I actually should pin it because that's very important and I'm constantly going to be working on that. So I did pin the note. Obviously deleting it, we're not going to do that. And then let's look at some of these managing the shared notes here. What does that look like? So you can see here, now these are the people that I have shared this note with. So you can see I shared it with Paul. I shared it with Angie. If we go in and now, right? Oh no, that's Paul's phone number. Sorry, Paul, my bad. That's Paul's phone number there. If we look at, oh no, now I'm calling Paul. Paul, don't kill me. Oh my God, he's going to kill me. Paul, you're going to have to change your number after this because everyone's going to be calling you on your cell phone. So if you look at it, you can see here that under the permissions for Paul, I put that he can make changes. So if you want to share this note with someone where you just want them to view it and not make changes, that's where you can select that. Paul also has the ability to add people to this note. So you can choose the level of permissions that you can make this person when they're sharing the note. So do you want them to be able to make edits, but then not give them access to invite other people? Are you going to give them full reign, or are they only going to be able to view this note? Is it? Oh no, Paul, why did you call attention to that? Damn it. I'm mad you're laughing. Paul, you're going to have to change your number. Let me go back. I'm so sorry. Oh, that was bad. I can't even go back from this in this point now, Paul. I mean, I can go back and edit it in the live stream after the fact, but if people took snapshots and they're going to sell your number, if you start getting robocalls, just put your number on a direct forwarding to me. That was, and I swear I was blocking it, right? That's why Paul is laughing, because I swore up and down that I was blocking his number and totally forgot about the overlay. My bad, Paul. My bad. All right, so here you can see that we can add. Paul says that's okay. I have it here on the bathroom walls. Sorry. So we can add more people from here, and then I like that. So, and I'm gonna delete this. I don't want to keep this here, so I'm gonna delete this handwritten note. So Paul, I'm going to go back to the three dots, and what I'm going to do is, if we go back to manage shared notes, I do actually want highlight all changes. Oh no, because this was an active working document. That's not what I want. So we're going to leave that. I don't want to hide alerts. So basically, if this is, what you would want to hide alerts maybe is that if it's a constantly live working document with multiple people, that people are working on this document all day, every day, your phone will be pinging that this person made a change, that person made a change. That's where you might want to turn off the alerts. I leave it on for now because it's very, K-Walk, I know. Oh God, what a mistake. But that's what the hide alerts options would be. And then here, share options again. So this is in general for the note altogether. So permissions can make changes, view only, anyone can add, only you can add people. And then you can choose to copy the link and then send that directly to someone as well. So there's that for your people sharing options. Oh no, damn it. I got into trouble. Oh man. All right, so let's go back. So that is manage your shared note. Again, we kind of went into it where we saw the note activity. You can send the copy. So from sending a copy, you see you have some options there. So I can send it via AirDrop. You can print it if we choose to print it. And I think you guys know that whenever, anywhere in the Apple ecosystem, if you're printing a note and you pinch out, you can actually turn it automatically into a PDF. And then, so we see on the upper right-hand corner, you have your share option there, and now that'll share a PDF. That's with any document. So if you're printing, I don't know if you were today years old when you learned that, but you can print there. Rich, listen. I'm going to turn red, Rich. You don't know me, but I do turn red very easily. So don't make it worse than what it is. Thank you so much, Environmental Coffee House. I appreciate you for coming through and hanging out with us. See, Gigi got my back. That's my sister, Paul. I didn't want to make an assumption, but I knew she was going to have my back. All right, so let's go back into these settings. So you can find the note. So that's similar to what we were doing yesterday with the search, right? So if I wanted to find Ecamm, I'm going to search Ecamm, hit search, and now it highlighted where I have the Ecamm affiliate link there. So that is your find a note. You can move the note and organize yourself that way. And then a direct option to print, as well as line and grids. So I want to go into line and grid in another note altogether. And you have your pencil on the top right where you can write a new note, and that will always take you to a default new note. So going forward, what I'm going to do is we are going to work out of the eCam folder. So similar options, right? So you can add the folder, move the folder, you can sort. I really don't have any options as of right now because we just created this new from scratch. So all I'm going to do is just start writing a handwritten note. We'll just get some notes and we're going to say, hi fam, and we're going to do that. So I believe this has the line recognition to snap, and you see it did that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a little bit thicker. So with the pencils, if you double click on the pencil, you can see you have the thickness of the pencil. You can change the opacity of the color. So I have it 100%. I'm going to make this a little bit thicker so that I can, Paul, stop. I'm sorry. So I'm going to make it a little bit thicker because I want to show you as I draw an uneven line. If I hold it, you see that it snaps. I don't know if it does shape recognition. It does do shape recognition. So let's try the square. I was having an issue. Look at that. Let's do the triangle. That actually works pretty well. So it's so funny. You guys know what they say about Apple stuff is that sometimes it takes them a very long time to put stuff into place because they want to make sure that when they do it, it works the way it's supposed to work, right? And so if you remember my issue from Notability the other night, my squares were not working at all. Apple Notes seems to like my squares just fine. You see that? If I select, that's select all. So I can't really change that. So that's one of the things where when you create these, so these are like static in place, where with both Notability and Good Notes, you can click on the shape itself and then manipulate that shape all together. So let's just delete. Can I clear this page? So let's do object eraser. And what object eraser is that we are going any object. It basically does it by stroke. So that can be good for quick erasing, but it can be bad as well. Let's check out these pencil settings. So checking out your pencil settings, that takes you to your default Apple Pencil settings from within the Apple Settings app. And then this is just telling you about the double tap, if you want to scribble, any of that good stuff. So I am going to turn on Scribble. We're going to go back to that note. And now this should work with so that's not going to work because I don't have a text file. Scribble only works in places where there are text files. So we can work on that later on. Let me just make this back to medium settings. All right, so let's go here. Hey, Kevin, what is cracking? How are you? Thank you for coming through. Robin Feels So Alive says, just dropped in, realizing you were talking about notes, not Notability, ears perking up. Yes, ma'am. We are talking about notes. So let's just go back and again, let's just put that there. All right, so we have that. So now what I want to do is I put my pencil away. Didn't notice that I put my pencil away. Because I want to get a text. Oh, all right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the pencil from the top right-hand corner. And if I should, there you go. So you got to double tap. So what happens, what Apple is doing is that it's giving a dedicated space just for pencil notes, handwritten notes, and then it creates a gap. And towards the very bottom, you can then do typed notes. So all the way down here where this cursor is, you can see that there's this gap, this space. So the cursor's right here. So you have all of this space that is dedicated for Apple Pencil writing. And then now when we start typing, that's down there. No, I don't want to delete the drawing. Oh, well, I deleted the drawing. That's fine. So we're just going to go do that. India's phone number is being sold on my BMAC page. That's all right. I'm not even mad at it. I deserve it. All right, so let's go into I'm going to click on the date. And if we click on, I should be able to. Testing notes. I'm going to highlight. I'm going to click on this little pencil here. And now I want that to be a title there. So now that's my title. Let's click on this graph chart. So you can see it is kind of light. It's kind of hard to see. If you look on the overlay itself on the right-hand side, you can see the cursor flashing. There are some dots. And then I don't know if I zoom in. There you are. All right, so it's better if I zoom in. I did that the other night. I don't know why I didn't do it tonight. So now here we go. So now you can see your dots. You can see your cursor flashing. If we click on that, you got some options. You can add a column, delete a column. So let's just add some columns. I'm going to add 4 columns. This is going to be the same thing if we want to add a row or delete a row. So let's add. And so now here you have and you can type. And so basic graphs, I don't use it too much, but can I write in here? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so when I turned on the scribble, because like I said, for a text box, so let's just delete this. Anywhere where there's a text box, that's that handwriting to text recognition that Apple calls Scribble. So if I want to go in here, and because these are all text boxes, I'm just going to put hi fam, and it recognized it for me. It does work fairly quickly. So I'm just going to put how fast does this work? And you can see it works pretty quickly. It recognizes it fairly quickly as well. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I usually keep Scribble off by default. I've tried it on, but I use my Apple Pencil a good amount of time as an actual mouse. And that can kind of get tricky where if you're clicking on a certain page and there's a text box there, it wants to write, and I just want it to be acting like a mouse. So for me, I keep it off on default, but I have used it. So let me see. What do we got? I'm just checking in on you guys in the comments. Let's see. Gretchen is saying goodbye. All right, my good friend. Thank you so much. Make sure you go rest, go enjoy. And like I said, I really look forward to hearing about more of your experience. Be alert out there. The yucky thing is, okay, so you guys are talking about weather. All right, cool. Okay. All right, so you guys are doing what you're doing there. What else? So if we come back down here and let's say we're going to do this reminders. Checklist, right? So then there you have test, and then I'm just putting random stuff. And then basically that's your regular to-do list. So as we go, you can see, right, that it checked it off for me. This note up here, what this is telling us is that it's asking me, do you want to enable automatic sorting? Would you like checked items to automatically move to the bottom of your lists? You can change this later. So I'm going to enable it, and you can see that basically it's a to-do list there. So that's pretty cool to have that quick. If we just come back, again, if you want to write notes with bullets, now I'm just going to write some bullets and just write some things. And you have a variation of bullets. Going to undo. So I'm going to hit enter, come back here. You have your line. And then we're going to come back, do it again, and then your numbers, a numbers list. So some really cool notes. There is a way, and I know I'm not. You can. There you go. Okay, I'm like, there is a way. So you can do lines and grids here. So when you make sure that the pencil is enabled, if I come down over here, and I just made sure that my pencil is now enabled. I click on my menu options, and then looking at the menu options, you can see there's line and grids. And if I bring this up over here, you can now see that with the line and grids, you have some options, very basic. But if you don't take as much notes that I do, like I showed you throughout the week, and you just need a free note-taking app for very basic notes on the go, you can just use this, and this does a very good job. So let's say I'm going to use my tried and true ruler page. And so you can see here, and this should work. There you go. So I will say, as you start to write and as you start to use different apps, the way the developers, and I don't know what it is, but the way that the developers do this piece with the inking and with whatever it is, and I don't know the actual science terminology, you'll notice that certain apps help you to write better. And like I said, I don't really know the terminology. I noticed this even back when I was writing notes on like Samsung S Notes, or when I had my Microsoft Surface. There's just something with the way that they do the applications. You can see that, I know that some of it is if I remember correctly, it's like text smoothing, all of those things. So I will say, and the reason why I said that, because as I was writing this note, if I just slow down a little bit and just concentrate, my handwriting is actually fairly neat. And this is what my handwriting actually looks like. I got to make sure that I'm comfortable, because this is what I really write like when I'm, let's say, journaling. Right? So that's what my handwriting actually looks like. And so as you start to work with different apps, you'll notice that as well. It's just a more natural experience. It's easier. Definitely, I like the way it looks, because like I said, it's very realistic. If I were to pick up a pen and paper and write, it's going to be the same thing. Notability does it well. Good notes, I'm like, Now, the one thing I will say is that I use it's called a paper-like screen protector, where it's kind of, and if you listen, I don't know if you can hear it regularly. Oh, look, I didn't even see the note from Robin. So check this out. Get that in the way. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you guys hear that? It's like ASMR. I don't know if you're able to hear that. Hold on. Let me fix this. I'm like struggling. What's happening here? Okay, there it is. I didn't know if you were able to. Leave me alone, Paul. If I would have increased the volume on the mic, you would have been able to hear it. So whatever. But you can, if you're here, you can actually hear the noise that it makes. Or if I were to take another mic and really put it close to it, you'd be able to hear it. So I do have a screen protector. It's called Paperlike. I had one from Amazon. So Paperlike is about $40. And I think they started selling in Amazon. At one point when I first started using them, they weren't. So there are some things to note, and there are some Paperlike competitors. I did get one before, and it was like $15. Had tons of reviews. It actually worked really well. You got to be careful because we come in. If you look, the nub of my pencil is worn down. So I don't know. There you go. Let me come. I'm just trying to get it as close as possible. So if you look, the nub of the Apple Pencil is worn down. And how bad is this one? This one's not that. It's starting to get there. It's very faint to see, but you're starting to see the metal. And so you can buy Apple Pencil replacement tips. Hold, please. I thought I have them somewhere. You can hear me rummaging through my bag. Where they're $20 from the Apple Store. I think Best Buy has them as well. You can get them directly from Apple. $20. They do not have them on the sales floor. If you just twist, and it's a pack of 4 for $20. So you can see this. If you've had the same Apple Pencil for a while and you use it a lot and you've never changed the nub of your Apple Pencil, please change the nub. My hand is black there. Change the nub of your Apple Pencil and order and get that pack of 4. This one's going very soon. You can see it. I was trying to, oh look, my computer turned into dark mode. I was trying to show you what the pack looks like brand new, but when you go to the Apple Store, you can just tell them that you need the replacement Apple Pencil tips. And for $20, like I said, $4, you screw them off and you just screw that one back on. And so that's very, I should do that. I'd probably get a lot of hits. I'd probably get monetized really quickly if I were to do ASMR note taking. Take off my existing screen protector for the paper one. Yeah, if you take a lot of handwritten notes, I would absolutely recommend it. The first time that I tried the handwritten notes with the Paperlike screen protector, I was like, oh man, the experience, it's so much better than the glass, right? Because of that smooth, it's a game changer. And Angie even said it because she was writing while we waited for hers on her iPad Air. She was writing using, the regular screen protector. And then when we swapped it out for the Paperlike screen protector, that was the very first thing she told me, that it's the world of a difference and it's a much better experience when writing. So I would 100% recommend, if you use it enough, like on a daily basis, multiple notes, my recommendation is that you shouldn't be using the iPad or the Apple Pencil without a Paperlike screen protector. So mad. Let me see. I had mine on at school. It was on the table. One of the kids ran over, bumped it, hit it on the floor, nub first, and it was wrecked. Found out real quick about those nubs. So, and like for $20 to have them for 4, I actually have 2 packs because I buy them because I write so much. Also, the other thing is that after a while, the texture of the screen protector loses that paperiness, and you also have to replace it. You don't have to, but again, to keep that native, natural feel of handwriting, to keep it as close as to a book, right? Like real paper and real pen, you definitely want to swap out that screen protector at least once a year, probably sooner. I try not to do it once a year, but definitely at least once a year. I keep that. And Angie's saying, and you can hear the dogs are here. She got here. So the dogs, Tyler is doing what Tyler does. He's back home. But she's saying absolutely much better. I have a knockoff Apple Pen with a metal nub. So I will say the next best replacement. Ooh, we are on the same wavelength today, guys, because I didn't even see that message come up as I was pulling out my Zag Apple Pencil. So this one, I haven't used the non-brand, right? So this is an alternative. This is the Zag. Felicia Alston told me about this. And you can see, in theory, it works almost the same exact way. So the Apple nub, the pencil, looks very similar. And if we look, because I use this on my Apple Pencil, so there you can see the wear. If you look very closely, it's slanted. You can see, let me see, I don't know how close I can get. There you go. You can see the wear on the pencil itself. So you can see that I write on that angle. So I got to figure out, because I don't know from Zag if they sell replacements, but this is, this one's $50. So it's literally half the price. So it charges, I guess because it's dark, it's trying to focus. It charges via USB-C. Check this out. What's very cool is that it is also magnetic, just like the Apple Pencil. Sorry, my camera is doing all the things. But it's magnetic. So I bought this one. So I have my regular Apple Pencil because this, my iPad Pro, let me just bring that in. It's because it's dark and it's trying to figure out what to focus with. And let me turn on NDI. So because my iPad Pro is my main device and I purchased the mini, I wasn't trying to spend another $100, $110. You can find them open box for like $100. I think the Gen 1 you can find them for $80, but the Gen 2 I think is still at $100, even open box, because brand new it's $130. Let me just go back to Apple Notes. But the Zag pencil, this one I got open box for $48, and brand new they go no more than $60 for literally half the price. It works really well. Now, some pros is that it works because the pencil is very similar. It feels the same exact way. It writes the same exact way compared to the Apple Pencil. It has one of the rubber nibs, so it works just like an old school stylus. It doesn't have the double tap feature. So you're going back to first world problems that, you know, I'm used to writing. I hit double tap and I can erase and then go back and, you know, go into my writing mode. Because it doesn't have that built-in native double tap, I have to like go in, click the pencil, erase, go back, click the pencil and switch from erase mode, which is not, you know, I use this one on my mini. It's not that bad. And the experience itself, like I said, for a fraction of a price, this is great. I absolutely love it. And the fact that it sticks, it's a magnet, and it's USB-C as well. Because if you want to switch, you have to completely pair. So if I wanted to use just one Apple Pencil between my two devices, I would have to unpair it every single time. And I'm not trying to do all of that. So I have my dedicated pencil for my Pro and my dedicated pencil for my iPad mini. So let's go there. Link to the paper like, yeah, give me 1 second. Paul knows the drill. Let me see, paper like at, yep. And I will send Paul Control C, the link, and I'm just sending the generic link to the main page. And you can choose whichever is your dedicated iPad. There. Okay. So let me come back to you guys here. All right. Okay. Swap out the nubs. If you don't have the Apple Pencil or the Zag, it may not work. Because what it is that it's not just the nub, it's this, I think, right? So it's screws. So if you look at, like, I can't switch between the Zag and this one because this one is much shorter than the Zag and the way they like go on. So you're very welcome. So you would need to, I would say if you're looking for an alternative, maybe try the Zag first. I don't know. It's Zag something. Let me see. Let me just go back really quick. Zag pencil. Yep, it's $51. Brand new from Zag. It is $70. It's $51 from the Apple Store. Let me just go in, sign in, and I will also send that. I got to add this to my kit. Yesterday, Paul, I did add like the lights. I did add a lot of stuff to my kit.co yesterday, so I got to go in and add these as well. Is that the right one? I don't know if that's the right one. That is not the right one. I did not copy and paste. Give me 1 second. Control C. Go back to Paul. Paste. Okay. There's the first one. There's the pencil. All right. Find a homie that works at the farm and you get one for like see, I need some friends that work at the farm. Let's see. I've heard some good things about the Logitech pen that looks more like a construction pencil. Oh yeah, the Crayola pen. I've heard good things about that too. And that one's also inexpensive as well, the Crayola pen. But it doesn't, so I really wanted it so I can have it, right? Because here's my iPad mini. So I really wanted it so that basically, and you can see on the mini, so when I have, my stuff, I'm good to go. It's a perfect size, have it on the side, and then I take my notes and it's perfect like when on the go and stuff like that. So for the $50, first world problems, I guess. Let me just put this back on and we are about to wrap up, folks. I didn't go too much in depth. It's, you're not going to get, let me see if I go in here. So you can change the background. We're just looking at the notes again. You can change the background. You can share the note. You can copy. And you can lock the note. So that's pretty cool. I know Paul was asking me yesterday, right? Like in Notability, can you lock the individual notes? Oh, let's just turn on NDI again. So let that turn on. Turn on the lights. Let's go back. Okay. So you can lock this note where it'll be a private note. What I was looking at is that tag feature. So I don't see where I can make the tags. So remember, maybe that's interesting. So remember here, this is a smart folder, and it said anything with tags automatically, but I'm not seeing an option. I got to check that out. We can revisit that. But that's like the only thing I really didn't go over is just, so there's tags. So you can see my tags show up. I don't know how to associate a tag. You can see all my notes here. I got to figure that out, and we can come back and revisit it. How, girl? It is very easy. If you, it is absolutely very easy. If you have it the way I have it, like a crazy person, that's the pencil is on the loose, or kind of like how I showed you my Apple Pencil. So you can do a few different things. When I am just taking, so you can do something like that. They also have cases. So I have this case here. Let me just zoom all the way out. Not in India. And let me hide the overlay. Okay. So this is, who is this from? Spec. So this has a dedicated space just for the pencil itself. I don't know why my camera is bugging out. Let me see if I make it brighter. Nope. Now I'm cycling through the light. There you go. All right, so I gave it some more light. That should be better because I have an overhead desk light. You need one of those. So if we go in, we just clip this in. So you can see that the case, the phone, the iPad is protected, and then the Apple gets tucked away. The pencil gets tucked away and protected in there. And then I can snap it in, kind of like that. So now the Apple Pencil is not going anywhere. And you can see this is a well protected. I don't use this one all the time, but if I'm going out, like before the pandemic, I used to go to conferences in Atlantic City where there were 2 or 3 day conferences that I'd be out all day taking notes. That's when I would switch into something like this, where if I know that I'm going to really be moving from table to table, from room to room, and I'm going to be taking a lot of notes, I would have something a bit more sturdier and have my pencil secured in like this, because I was doing a realtor presentation 2 years ago, and I had it with just this guy, which is the folio cover, and I lost it in the parking lot. So there's that. But they have cases now built in. That's what we got Angie, a case similar to like that, where it's built in and it holds it. It's not as protective as this one, but I would absolutely invest. If you're going to be traveling with it, 100% get one of the cases that it protects the edges and it has kind of this extra covering over here where the Apple Pencil sits in, but it also lets the magnet, it reads the magnet of the Apple Pencil, and you can kind of do that. Magic Keyboard, the elastic bends around that. Yep. Got an elastic holder, right? You will lose it. Let me see. So you guys are just saying that. Yep. No, it is not fun. And because I use my Apple Pencil so much, I was devastated. Like, I was so upset. Angie lost hers too, I think. Yeah, Angie lost hers in like a month or something, or it broke. It was one of the two that she had to go and get a different case because it was not good. Pencil holder that is almost double stick type to the case or rides on top of the bottom, looking into something like that. Add tabs, select 3 dots, upper right corner, the notes column, select notes, pick the note you want to add. So let's go back. It says my camera's covered. All right. So Paul says, why? I don't know. It had something with tracking, so that might be WAD. So now I did tracking cancel and it should stop bugging out. Definitely not. Sorry if it's driving you guys crazy. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so Paul says to add tags, select 3 dots, upper right corner of notes column, select notes. Okay, so let's go back. Select notes. Ooh, tags. And there I'm going to do blog, eCam, podcast, because those were the 5 for it to go into there. So let's see. It did not do that. Oh, it did. It did. So check this out. So then I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to go back. So right now, this note is in my eCam folder, right? So I'm going to do what Paul did. I'm going to click on, use my pencil. Select notes. This note here. Go to the bottom. Click on tags. And from my smart folder, I'm going to go in blog, eCam, podcast, RLGL, website, hit done. It's going to do what it does. On the bottom, it's thinking. And if we go to content creation, which is a smart folder, it's there under testing notes. That's pretty cool. Well, all right then. I broke it because I'm a big child. No, you're not. I don't remember how you broke it, but I know you broke it. And I did. I was a little bit like, but how did you break it? Anyway. Okay, let me see. Can you add a keyboard? That's my issue. It's either the keyboard or secure the pencil. So the Apple Folio, I have to get back to you on that. I'll get back to you tomorrow because there is a case. There's something and I don't remember what it is. So I will do the research today and I'll have the links and show you tomorrow. So yes, I'm like 90% sure that I've seen that. Let me get back to you. Zach Case has a keyboard and place. So that might be what it is. That might be what I've seen. And because I had already had the keyboard folio that's like $300. But that Zag case that Robin's talking about is a very good competitive second. And there's also another company. I forget. So I'll look because it's either that one or another one. So picture. I like your real desktop on your desk. Where did you find it? This one here. This is my really long mouse pad. And from Amazon. I love it because I said that I want to travel the world. And when I look at it, I get to look at all the places that I have been to or I need to go to. Like I've been here. I've been here. And thanks to Gigi helping us out with our vacation, we're going, I don't know where. I haven't figured it out yet. Somewhere, because it's Amsterdam. Don't judge me that I can't find this on the map right now under pressure, but we're going to Amsterdam and Brussels. Is that anywhere here? Is it on the map, like where I can see it? We're not going to do that. Apple, Amazon desktop pad. It's called the desktop pad. It's a really nice long size one where my keyboard fits. It also matches my keyboard. Netherlands. Where's the Netherlands? Where's the Netherlands on here? Listen, teachers. I don't see it here. Netherlands is Amsterdam, right? But I don't see Netherlands on the map. Over here between Germany and France. Oh. See, because it gets cut off. It's right there. It's Neth right there. Thank you. So between Germany right there. Oh, so that's why it's all together. Oh, and there's Belgium. That makes sense why Gigi planned the trip for us because we're going to be going to Netherlands. Let me do this. Look. Look, wait, because this is what we're going to be doing for my birthday. So we're starting here in the Netherlands for 3 days, and then we're coming down to Belgium for 2 days, and then we're finishing off in Paris for the rest of the trip, and then we're going home. Can you see how excited I was? And that makes sense why she planned the trip that way. Yay, I'm excited. Anyway, I was showing you guys that the desktop matches very well with my keyboard. I also have the Logitech wrist pad. I have my Logitech mouse, and I've shown you guys my matching retro trackpad, that it's the nice gray and light. It's all about the aesthetics, folks. So, you know, if I were to put it like this, it's all about the aesthetics. And then have my mouse and put this even. Gigi, don't be laughing at me. Don't be saying Lord. And look at how that looks. Just move this out the way. All right, folks. Listen. We could talk about finance all day, every day. That's what we need. Or tech, okay? Everybody has their strengths. That's all I'm going to say. I think you need to get a Logitech partnership going. I should. Logitech and Elgato, with all the stuff I have from Elgato, right? But my stuff, I love my stuff. All right, folks, it has been real. Another good day of learning. We are 60 days over that way, 60 days in. No, 60 days down. Nope, 60 days to go, 40 days down. My goodness. It's time to end the stream. That's what that means. How long have we been streaming for? Because I always say these are going to be quick. An hour and 40 minutes. Thank you. I'm glad you said it was. I'm glad you thought it was. I'm glad I can make you guys laugh. We did an hour and 40 minutes just for Apple Notes. And Angie's been silently waiting upstairs. The dogs, however, have not been silently waiting upstairs. But that's all right. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening as well. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Kevin is reminding you guys, don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. We appreciate you. We will be back tomorrow, Angie and I. And we're going to be doing the pod decks, and we're going to have a good time. I'm excited for that one. All right, you guys. I will catch you guys mañana, where we are coming into, I'll let you know how many calls I get. That was embarrassing, Paul. Why did you have to remind me again right before the stream ends? And this is what Angie says about me, that I be swearing. Like I do it with so much. You can't nobody tell me nothing. I don't got confidence, because I will be dead wrong in your face and be like, nah, son, you wrong. Like with ultimate, you can thank Jose Delgado and America Cruz for that one. The confidence is real with this one right here. All right, you guys. I love you guys. Catch you guys tomorrow evening. We will be here for a good time. I'm very excited. Peace out, y'all.